Appreciate you all being here. Today at 1:16 p.m., the Fargo Police Department was dispatched to 2202 12th Avenue South in Fargo for the report of a male who had been shot. Upon arrival, officers quickly secured the scene, and the victim was transported to a local hospital. That victim was later pronounced deceased. Investigators and detectives for the Fargo Police Department's Criminal Investigations Division are currently on scene and are actively investigating this incident. This investigation is still very new, and it's constantly developing. We're in the process of notification to next of kin of the victim, and once that has been made and completed, we'll be able to release that victim's name. So I please just ask for your patience on that. If you have any details about this incident, please contact the Red River Regional Dispatch Center at 701-451-7660, or ask to speak with the shift commander when you do that. Anonymous tips can be submitted by texting keyword Fargo PD, all one word, all capitalized, and the tip to 847-411. The Fargo Police Department extends its condolences to the families of this victim and will diligently investigate this incident to its full extent. I'm ready for some questions.
Do you mind if I ask two? The first question, any suspects in this shooting yet, or anyone detained?
The investigation is still ongoing. We are looking for persons of interest. We have one person of interest that has been detained. As I said, this is still developing and still looking into this incident that has only happened a couple hours ago. So still developing as we speak. We do have one person of interest that has been detained that we're talking to.
Can you say where that person was detained?
That person was detained nearby, near the arbors. Yeah.
Excuse me. So officers, when we were on scene, had guns drawn, surrounded two of the buildings at one point for, I don't know, hour, 2 hours. How long did it take for officers to realize that the person they were looking for was not there and had taken off?
I'm not sure of the exact time it took for the officers on scene to know that. As you can imagine, when you go to a call for service where someone has been shot, there is a lot of information coming from many people that we have to try to sift through relatively quickly, try to determine if the scene is safe or not. And what the officers were doing when you saw that was exactly that. They were containing the situation and trying to just figure out what was going on, if we had any danger in that area.
Can I ask one more? Thanks. Is the public in danger then? Do you have everybody you think is involved? Should people in that area be looking for somebody? Anything like that?
As the initial press release stated, we believe that this victim knew the suspect or suspects, and so we don't believe there's an immediate danger to the public. But what we would encourage, that if somebody has information on who these suspects might have been, to call that number or do the text tip that I had just mentioned. And of course, if you know that somebody was involved in this incident, let us know. Don't approach that individual, as they could be armed and dangerous.
Is there anything else you can tell us about what led up to the incident? You're saying that they knew each other. Was there any kind of altercation that might have happened before? The initial investigation, and like I said, this is very new and very developing, would indicate that these individuals would have known each other. There would be nothing else that we could release at this time. Just it's so fresh, it's so new. We have to be very, very careful what we say.
I just have two quick questions.
Yeah.
How was the police presence at the Arbors shortly after the shooting related?
Well, again, it's under current investigation. Obviously, when we were at that scene, there were some descriptions that might have been given out, and we were following up on those leads and finding people that might have matched that description or those descriptions. That's what was happening at the Arbors.
And you mentioned one of the men was detained near the Arbors. Was he detained in the Arbors parking lot or just near?
I'm not sure exactly where at the Arbors, but somewhere by the Arbors or near the Arbors.
Okay. And then in light of this being the third homicide in the Metro in the last week, what are the Fargo Police Department and other agencies doing to try to curb this violence?
Well, the Fargo Police Department, and I can't speak for other agencies, but the Fargo Police Department is constantly looking at efforts to try to stop this type of violence. We have our intel unit that's looking at individuals that are committing crimes with violence. We're bringing in new technologies such as our NIBIN machine, where we're processing crime guns and trying to relate those to cases and violent individuals. So we're constantly looking to curb this type of violence, not only with intelligence-led policing, but active police investigation.
Two questions. Do you know who called 911? We heard the 911 caller left after reporting the shooting.
I don't know exactly who the caller was to 911. I believe there were multiple callers. I don't have their identities with me right now, and I couldn't release those even if I did. So,
Were there any witnesses to the actual shooting incident itself and the events leading up to it?
still under current investigation. We believe there were. We're still in the process of trying to identify who those might have been. All right. I appreciate all of your attendance. Thank you.